Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Tuesday, March 19, 2024. This is my pre-market report. People, I want to start off with this first, okay? Look at this headline. This is CNBC. Can you read that? Banks are in limbo without a crucial lifeline. Here is where the cracks may occur next. You see, this gets to me, and I'll tell you why. People rely, believe it or not, on these financial channels to stay ahead of what's happening. This is so far behind the curve. It is ridiculous. You and I, again, we called this out way over a year ago, how this was going to unfold with the smaller and regional banks. It's incredible. You have no idea how much this bothers me. It's just, look, these propaganda ministries, CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, they want you behind the curve. They cannot allow you to know what's unfolding. So let's talk about this. So we understand that earlier this month, the Federal Reserve closed their emergency lending facility to the banks. Well, let me bring you up to speed on that. First of all, what is going on here is what you and I have outlined from over a year ago. What we're witnessing is a massive consolidation of the system. They have to consolidate power in order to allow their new system to function. This has all been laid out, thought out years and years ago, but now it's all coming together. So what we're about to see here, and we've been seeing this already with the issues with the smaller and regional banks closing down. Let me tell you something else. One of my own family members who didn't believe me when I was telling everybody, get your cash out of these institutions, take your cash out, only leave in there what you need to. In fact, I was telling people to get out of these smaller and regional institutions altogether and put their cash into like a credit union or one of the larger institutions, which are going to be more powerful than you can possibly believe. Well, one of my family members didn't believe me, and now they are stuck on the wrong side of this with no access to their cash until July. Well, I think that's kind of, look, sometimes people need a wake-up call. Look, there are some people that are just not going to get it. They don't see what's happening despite it going on right in front of their faces. But that's okay. That's just the way it's going to play out. But again, if you have not yet got your cash out of these smaller institutions here, this is where the cracks are. It's not just cracking, it's coming apart by design. Again, let me calm down a minute here because I get a little uppity once in a while here. What we're witnessing here is exactly what you and I have said would happen. A consolidation of the system. These smaller banks here, sure, some of these institutions are going down, hundreds of them, hundreds of these smaller and regional institutions are deliberately being taken down to consolidate the system into fewer and fewer major banks. But again, our loving, caring representatives, they don't see this, and they're not going to warn you. They're not going to tell you. No one running for president is going to tell you this, okay? They can't do it. You understand? They're all, and I mean all, part of the current situation leading people to the slaughter. You don't think so? You may have your faith in the wrong place. In fact, I can guarantee you that if you believe still that there is some kind of a figure here, a man god or whatever, that's going to be put behind the Resolute desk and fix everything for you, you, above all else, others are in for a rude awakening. It ain't happening here. You got to help yourself. I'm telling you again. I don't know how many times I need to cover this. If you are still in a smaller institution, get your cash out. Do it now. Credit unions are safer. They are not 100% safe. When cash leaves your hands, okay, when any asset is not, when you're not able to access it and grab onto it, there's a problem. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, nothing is risk-free. And anyway, look. I know I'm beating this to death, but again, one of my own family members who didn't believe me now caught on the wrong side of this. I don't want that to happen to you, because you and I have been so far ahead of the curve before anybody else. And I mean this, anybody else. You and I started calling this stuff out here. No loans, no deposits, no deals. You remember all that? Way before we started seeing any problems with the regional institutions. Well, I guess people didn't believe me then, but maybe they're starting to believe me now. It's too easy. It's too easy to see what's going on and what they're setting up here. We are going to see a massive consolidation of the system. Again, a new system is being prepared to be rolled out. These central banks are the enemy. They are deliberately bringing the world economy to its knees and the consumers to their knees. They're going to continue to inflate. Speaking about that, tomorrow we're going to hear from the Federal Reserve regarding monetary policy. Imagine that we, because we're forced to live under their rulership, we have to hold our breath to see what they're going to do. We already know. Okay, nothing's going to happen tomorrow. No rate cuts. June is the earliest time we're going to see it, in my opinion, and the ECB, European Central Bank, is going to follow in lockstep here. They already have the economy by the throat. They have the consumer by the throat. They want to inflate. A central bank's power resides in only one thing, and you know what that one thing is, people. Its ability to inflate, or their ability to inflate. They control the world. They control the economy, the financial system, the financial markets. Everything else is a sideshow. And once you get hip to that, everything else will be clear to you. Until that time, you're going to be lost without knowing what's happening here to you or to the economy or everything else. But again, the system is being consolidated. It's part of the grander scheme, the grander plan here. You don't want to believe me? You think Greg Mannarino was out there? Well, then you're going to fall victim to this too, just like my own family members have. It's crazy. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon. People block this from their minds. They really, really do, until it's too late. Then they get that smack across their face and say, hold on a minute, maybe there was some truth to this. Anyway, look, you all know what's going on here, more so than anybody else, and I am very proud to say that. All right, so look, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you again. If you don't understand what's happening right now, you're just done. All right, that's that. Now, looking over here at the market here, I discussed yesterday this issue with the 10-year yield. It continues to rise here. Sell-off in the debt market. There is some confusion within the market as to what the Fed's going to do. The Fed's cutting rates, I'm telling you right now. You don't want to believe me? That's fine. You're going to fall victim to that too. The Fed is on a fixed path here to destroy it all. They must inflate. They have to find another way, despite the fact that, again, war is expanding on a grand scale. And you're not supposed to know that either here. And this is a mechanism to pull cash into the now. Look at what the Fed is doing. A couple of things going on. They're closing their emergency lending facility here. Okay, no big deal. It's not going to affect the overall. The major institutions isn't going to. The major institutions are always going to have a lifeline to the Fed. I'm going to tell you right now. Whether it's under the table or whatever else, they will always have a lifeline. The Federal Reserve is tapering down pretty drastically its repo program, which is a way of faking or tricking the market into thinking that it's more liquid, and that's why we're seeing war expand very rapidly. There's no coincidence here. If you believe that this is just a coincidence that at the same time the Fed is tapering down, it's scam, and this is just a scam to trick the system into thinking it's more liquid by passing vast amounts of cash back and forth between institutions overnight. Well, then you have no idea what's going on yet again. And I hope that's not you. I really, really do. I work so hard to try to shed light on what is actually going on for you so you can make informed decisions. You understand? I hope so. I really, really do. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to get this Fed thing tomorrow. Nothing's going to happen. But the market seems a little bit on edge right now. You got stock futures a little lower. You got a knee-jerk into the dollar. 10-year yield high. A little bit of a fear trade going on here. Gold and silver under pressure. Crude oil still getting a bit higher as we bomb the living hell out of the Middle East here. Incredible situation here. Bitcoin looks to me like it has broken down here, but this presents opportunity in my view. I can't stress this enough to you. Look, all of you are certainly entitled to your opinion on things, but look back at my record with regard to calling Bitcoin and cryptos in aggregate for the most part here, and they've been spot on. If you want to point your hands and fingers over at Dash, this is a long-term hold. I tell you this since day one here. Cryptocurrencies are volatile. And for that reason, it may not be for everyone. But if you're not in this stuff, right now, understanding what's happening to the financial system, how it's going to be inflated beyond your wildest dreams. Debt and deficits are going to continue to skyrocket beyond anyone's nightmares. If you're not taking the opposite side of that trade by becoming your own central bank, by betting against the debt here, my favorite asset on the planet, right there, silver. If you're not doing this, you're in a hell of a lot of trouble moving forward, people. And I don't want you to fall victim to what's happening. Okay? I consider it my job to keep you all ahead of the curve, and you got stuff like this. This bothers me, like I said in the beginning, like you cannot believe. Oh, where cracks may occur, they know what's going on here. They can't possibly be that stupid, but they think you are, and I don't believe that's true at all. All right, look, I'm out of here. This guy, he loves you a lot from the heart. Please comment. Please share the video. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. Am I on target or am I way off base? You let me know. All right, I'll see you later for the live stream, 4:05 p.m. Eastern, and we will put this all together. All right, see you then.